So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I found a video in my channel that has a CTR of 100%. All right, yes, you came to the right place. You're gonna get a nice little ego boost because my channel only has about 200 subscribers and I have posted about 60 videos, and I have had some get a little over 100 views, probably only 10, but most of them get between 20 to 50 views on each video. All right, so I'm still very much low view velocity, very much in the trenches with the other small YouTube channels, and I understand. I'm right here with you. So today we're gonna go very deep. Yes, so we're gonna go very deep into your YouTube analytics, and we're gonna see where we can find the thumbnails on our videos that are actually performing better than we may think. Because when you look at the surface level of your impressions, click-through rate, more commonly known as your CTR, it is an average, and this average can skew what your real click-through rate might be in the beginning stages before YouTube decides to just push your video out like a mad machine. So the first thing you want to go and do is go into your YouTube Creator Studio, and when you go there, you're going to click on any video, but you could choose a video that you think is a good thumbnail and may have a higher click-through rate than what the average is reflecting. So in my case, I'm going to choose this video that I did on how to create a square video for Facebook using iMovie and Keynote on your iPad. Yes, that is a mouthful of a title, but I did so because of SEO, and we all know about SEO. If you don't, I will link a video up here to show you how I was able to rank a video on my channel even though it's small, right? And I will talk about the click-through rate about that particular video that is gaining a lot of views and has a high average click-through rate. So you're gonna go into the analytics of that particular video that you have selected, right? You're gonna click on the reach tab, then you're gonna click on see more, which is below the graph. That's gonna open up a new page which shows you a bit more in-depth information. Now what you're gonna do is first click on traffic source, because that is where you're gonna see the different channels through which your impressions were coming from, whether it be YouTube search, browse features, or suggested videos, external, etc., right? Now you're going to want to click on impressions, click-through rate, so that you can filter the information from high to low by CTR, because we want to see if this particular video has a 100% CTR and it's, actually a hidden gem. So now you're going to want to click on a particular traffic source. I am using suggested videos because I believe that is the best indicator of when YouTube is promoting your video, not necessarily displaying it on the subscribers homepage or in the subscription feed or through YouTube search. When people type in a question and your video pops up as the answer, no, we are looking at suggested traffic, which is showing up right after or in the coming up next section after somebody is watching or while somebody is watching a video, right? That will be an impression when they see that. Now, as you can see for this video, are you seeing all this? Look at this, look at this, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. I have almost 20 instances where my click-through rate for this video was 100%. Okay, that means when my video was suggested by YouTube for the very first time that somebody saw this thumbnail, they clicked on it. All right, now I want you to look at the overall impressions that this video got. This video got, by suggested traffic, because that's what we're looking at, about 7,000 impressions, right? Now this video, I believe, right, within the first few days, like 24 hours, 48 hours, it didn't start to really be suggested that much by YouTube. Okay, it was probably getting the usual 40 to 60 impressions, which is what YouTube does for small channels like myself, just to test the waters and see how this video would perform. And I believe when YouTube saw these really high click-through rates, it just shot up my impressions by 7,000 and change, right? And because it did that, and my channel is still small and therefore it doesn't have enough data, and I know YouTube doesn't have enough data because it tells me so, because for some of the features of YouTube analytics, it literally tells me there's not enough data to display this information. So if the YouTube platform or the algorithm doesn't have enough data on my channel, it cannot properly suggest my video, right? So when it just pushes the video out to any old random person, it just decimated my click-through rate, right? Completely decimated my click-through rate. And my average click-through rate right now for this video is 0.8%, less than 1%. So imagine that my video started off with 100% click-through rate with about 20 impressions, and there were a good bit that were 50%, some were 33%, and then YouTube got excited, okay, and just killed the video. And now once the video is killed, that's it. There's no more suggesting by YouTube, right? I could only now get views if this starts to like pop in search. Now I did make it optimized for search because it is a direct answer to a question, so maybe eventually it will start appearing in search. And because the thumbnail is in fact actually strong, right, then it may start to pick back up and perform well on my channel. Now, why is this important? Because you may look at your analytics, right, and you might see, okay, this video has like less than 1% click-through rate, that means the thumbnail is trash, right? But that's not necessarily true. There could be things going on with that video that makes that average appear the way it is, and it may in fact actually be a good thumbnail, or at least a good thumbnail design that you should still keep putting on your channel. Now that's very important because everything works in tandem with each other. So it's not just having a good thumbnail design picture wise, it's also what text you decide to put on that thumbnail, and then it also has to do with the title of the video. All these combination of factors affect your click-through rate. Now I'll give you another example about the video, the only video that is performing really well on my channel, and I'll put a link in the iCard as well to talk about like how much views I was able to drive to this video, right? It's over 10,000 views right now, and the average click-through rate is between 15 to 20%. It's very high on average, and this does not have to do as much with the picture, but more with the words on that thumbnail and the title of that thumbnail. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So the title of the video is how to upload videos from your iPad or iPhone, right, to YouTube. And the words on the thumbnail is 3 ways to upload, and there's a picture of me, but the whole video is a screen recording. So even though there's a picture of me on the thumbnail, it doesn't have me in the video, because it was my 10th video and I didn't know how to do all the fancy editing where I put myself overlaying on the screen recording. I didn't know how to do all that, right? So also the pacing is a bit bad. It's not that very good, but you know, it is what it is. But it's the only video on my channel that is driving daily views, and that is because it is one ranking in YouTube search. So most of my traffic is YouTube search, which means that I am popping up on the first 3 options that comes up when somebody types in that question, right? And because of that, that's why I'm getting a high click-through rate. It's the words in the title and the words in the thumbnail, because if I'm giving you 3 different ways to do something, then more than likely one of them will work for you, right? So that is an example of words working for your click-through rate and not so much the picture. And the reason why I say not so much the picture, because at first when I saw that this was the video performing well on my channel and had such a high average click-through rate, and I didn't go deeper into my analytics, it was the format I kept for a lot of my videos. So a lot of my videos had just a picture of me, a solid background, and big bold text with black blocks and white lettering, right? And that is what I kept doing because I thought that was the format of the thumbnail that would perform well on my channel. However, again, that's not the case, and now I can see by looking at my analytics deeper, which you should too, what are the pictures that are actually resonating. It may not be ones with your face in it. That Facebook thumbnail doesn't have my face in it, and a few other thumbnails on my channel that has a higher click-through rate, while as you delve deeper to see, it doesn't have my face in it. So you could say YouTube probably, or at least my viewers, don't recognize my face as yet, so therefore it's not really resonating with them. It's also, I do a lot of search-based content and information-based content, so even when I put a free stock image in my thumbnail, I see that those perform better, but it also has to tie in with the topic and the title and the words that I put in the thumbnail itself, and all of that coming together to increase my click-through rate. So I hope that you were able to, for yourself, look into your analytics a bit deeper and see how you can better analyze your CTR based on your videos. And please let me know in the comments if you got an ego boost and you were able to find a video in your library that had 100% CTR or even much higher than you would have ever imagined. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. You can watch more YouTube tutorials, tips and theories of mine coming up next.